There is something truly wonderful about baking a cake from scratch. It's more than just mixing ingredients together. It's about creating something special with your own two hands. The aroma that fills your kitchen as the cake bakes is simply heavenly, a warm and comforting scent that promises a delicious treat to come. It's a lovely way to spend an afternoon, slowing down and focusing on a simple, rewarding task. You will find that the process itself is just as enjoyable as the final result. A little bit of kitchen magic that brings a smile to everyone's face. Don't you worry if you've never baked before. We will go through everything together, one easy step at a time. Imagine the pride you will feel when you pull a perfectly golden cake from the oven. It is a moment of pure triumph. Baking a cake is a fantastic skill to learn, one that you can share with your family and friends for years to come. Whether you are baking for a birthday, a special celebration, or simply because you fancy a little something sweet with your cup of tea, a homemade cake is always a welcome sight. It shows you care, and the effort you put in makes it taste all the more delightful. It's a simple pleasure that connects us, bringing people together around the table to share a slice of happiness. This guide is here to help you every step of the way. We will start with the very basics, making sure you have everything you need before you even preheat the oven. There are no complicated techniques here, just straightforward instructions that anyone can follow. Think of me as your friendly guide in the kitchen, cheering you on. The goal is not to create a showstopper worthy of a competition on your first try, but to have fun and create a cake that is delicious and made with love. So, roll up your sleeves, put on your apron, and let's begin this wonderful baking adventure. The beauty of baking is that it's a journey of discovery. You will learn how simple ingredients like flour, sugar, and eggs can transform into something so utterly scrumptious. Each step, from creaming the butter and sugar to folding in the flour, is a small victory. And if things don't go perfectly the first time, that's perfectly all right. Every baker has had a cake that didn't rise or came out a bit lopsided. It's all part of the learning process. The most important thing is to enjoy yourself and look forward to that first wonderful bite of your very own homemade cake. Before we begin the delightful task of mixing, we must first gather our ingredients and tools. This is a very important step, often called mise en place in professional kitchens. It simply means getting everything ready and in its place. For our simple sponge cake, you will need 225 grams of self-raising flour, which has a special raising agent already mixed in to help our cake become light and airy. You will also need 225 grams of caster sugar for sweetness, 225 grams of very soft unsalted butter, and 4 large eggs. Finally, a teaspoon of vanilla extract will give our cake a lovely flavor. Having everything measured and ready makes the process smooth and stress-free. Now let's talk about the tools you will need. You don't need any fancy equipment to bake a beautiful cake. A large mixing bowl is essential for combining all your ingredients comfortably. You will also need a wooden spoon or a silicone spatula for mixing. A sieve is very useful for sifting the flour, which helps to make the cake lighter by adding air. Of course, you will need 2 20-centimeter round sandwich tins. It's a good idea to prepare these tins by greasing them with a little butter and lining the bottom with a circle of baking parchment. This simple preparation ensures your cakes will not stick after baking. Having everything prepared is the secret to a calm and enjoyable baking experience. Double-check your measurements. Accuracy is key in baking. Make sure your butter is properly soft but not melted. You should be able to press your finger into it easily. This will help it mix wonderfully with the sugar to create a light and fluffy base for your cake. Having your eggs at room temperature is also a good tip, as they will incorporate into the batter more easily than cold eggs straight from the fridge. These little details make a big difference and set you up for success. So take a moment to lay everything out on your kitchen counter. Your measured flour, sugar, soft butter, your eggs, and your vanilla extract. Have your mixing bowl, spoon, sieve, and prepared tins all within reach. It may seem like a simple step, but it is the foundation of good baking. When you are organized, you can focus all your attention on the lovely process of mixing and creating. With all your treasures gathered, you are now ready to move on to the most exciting part, bringing all these wonderful ingredients together to create your cake batter. Now for the fun part, mixing everything together to create our cake batter. We are going to use the all-in-one method, which is wonderfully simple and reliable. Place the 225 grams of soft butter, 225 grams of caster sugar, 4 large eggs, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract into your large mixing bowl. Don't worry about mixing them just yet. We are going to add the flour first. Sifting the flour is a crucial step for a light sponge. Hold your sieve over the bowl and gently tap the side as you pour in the 225 grams of self-raising flour. You will see it fall like soft snow into the bowl, which is exactly what we want. Once all your ingredients are nestled together in the bowl, it's time to mix. You can use an electric hand mixer on a slow speed, or you can do it the traditional way with a wooden spoon and a bit of elbow grease. The goal is to combine everything until you have a smooth, well-blended batter. Be careful not to overmix. You should only mix until all the streaks of flour have disappeared and the batter is a pale, creamy color. This should take no more than a minute or two with an electric mixer. Overmixing can make the cake tough, and we are aiming for a tender, delicate crumb. When the batter is ready, you need to divide it evenly between your 2 prepared sandwich tins. A good way to do this is to use a large spoon or an ice cream scoop to add spoonfuls of batter to each tin, alternating between them. This helps to ensure that both of your cakes will be a similar size and will bake evenly in the oven. Once the batter is divided, use the back of your spoon or a small spatula to gently spread it out so it reaches the edges of the tin. Try to make the surface as level as possible for a nice flat cake. Before the cakes go into the oven, give each tin a sharp tap on the work surface. This little trick helps to release any large air bubbles that might be trapped in the batter, which can cause holes in your finished cake. It's a simple but effective step that professional bakers often use. Now your tins are filled with lovely smooth batter and are ready for the warmth of the oven. You have done the main part of the work, and soon your kitchen will be filled with the most incredible aroma. Well done! You are well on your way to a perfect homemade cake. It is now time for the magic to happen in the oven. You should have already preheated your oven to 180 degrees Celsius, or 160 degrees for a fan-assisted oven. This is very important, as putting the cake into an oven that is not at the right temperature can affect how it rises. Carefully place your 2 tins on the middle shelf of the oven. Try to leave a little space between them so the hot air can circulate freely, which helps the cakes to bake evenly. Now close the oven door and resist the temptation to open it for at least 20 minutes. Peeking too early can cause your lovely rising cakes to sink in the middle. The cakes will need to bake for about 20 to 25 minutes. You will know they are getting close when your kitchen smells absolutely divine. The sponges should be a beautiful golden brown color and should have shrunk away slightly from the sides of the tin. To check if they are cooked through, you can do a simple test. Gently press the top of one of the cakes with your fingertip. If it springs back, it is ready. You can also insert a skewer or a cocktail stick into the center of the cake. If it comes out clean with no wet batter on it, the cake is perfectly baked. Once baked, carefully remove the tins from the oven using oven gloves and place them on a wire cooling rack. Let the cakes cool in their tins for about 10 minutes. This allows them to firm up a little, which makes them easier to handle. After 10 minutes, run a small knife around the edge of each cake and carefully turn them out onto the wire rack. Peel off the baking parchment from the bottom and leave them to cool completely. It is very important that the cakes are fully cool before you try to decorate them. Otherwise, your icing or cream will melt. Now for the final flourish. A simple and classic filling is a layer of good quality strawberry jam and some freshly whipped cream or vanilla buttercream. Place one of the sponges on a plate, spread it generously with jam, and then top with your cream or buttercream. Gently place the second sponge on top to create your sandwich. For a lovely finish, you can simply dust the top of the cake with a little icing sugar using a sieve. And there you have it. A beautiful, delicious cake made by you. Be proud of what you've created and enjoy every single bite.